Well, I'm in a hotel again. I do this, I think I've already told you, at least once a week. And I am just looking out. My van is down here. Not sure you can even see it with the lights the way it is now because it's dark outside. But there's a Dodge van over there. Not sure what year it is, but I do like to look at those Dodge vans. That probably would have been my choice had it been available. Uh, Not sure if that would have been smart, but it probably wasn't smart buying this one. But I thought I would take a minute to talk about why I will not be buying a Sprinter. Sprinters are financially within potential range, but not the high-end Sprinter. I'm not going to spend $50,000, $60,000 for for any type of a van. Uh, I like my van just fine. Uh, if there were an, a place, and I'm still looking, that I could get a high top installed in the Dallas and general area, I would might consider that uh, at some point. Not sure what that would cost. Probably $3,000, $4,000 or somewhere in that range. I'm not sure. Maybe more. I haven't really measured the cost because I don't know of a place available to do it. But I'm going to look around and find out. I'm just charging up my little auxiliary power here, and it's almost fully charged since I've been using the Suoki, which is 400 watt hour, something like that. I've managed to keep my power topped off, and I'm constantly in either float or absorption, which I hadn't really been in before. But that was also prior to getting the correct solar controller. So over here, I'm looking at the internet TV, which is one of the reasons I come here once a week, just so I can just sit around and watch internet TV on a large screen. In any case, back to the idea of a Sprinter. Why I'm not getting one. Now there could be an opportunity in the not too distant future where I could buy one, but I'm not. But the ones I would buy, I'm thinking that a Sprinter van, it has that very good diesel engine. It's just the downside is just too high. Uh, for a repair on an engine on a Sprinter van, and maybe even a repair on a on something it's like a transmission, uh, would cost probably as much as it would take to drop an engine and a transmission in my old van. I mean, just that one piece would cost as much as doing a complete refurb job on my van. So I just rather keep the money for that if it comes along. Uh, and it's just the downside is just too high. And unfortunately, the other versions of vans that may or may not be high top or high top's what I prefer are just too new and too expensive as well. So it's just not something I can afford, especially in this economy we've got, and many of these companies are scaling down, and who knows, I don't see my job being in immediate danger, but there's always a chance. So basically, I'm just doing the best I can with what I've got. I've only got one major, relatively. Yeah, it's not really that major. I could do it myself if I had the equipment. Well, the equipment would be bad. A place to work would be good to do the tie rods and ball joints. I've done it before. I've only done them on cars and never on vans/trucks. But I don't think it'd be a big problem. I got pickle forks. I've got breaker bars, etc. And another reason I don't do sprinters is I am not great, but I can do DIY on my vehicles. Uh, I've replaced timing belts. I've replaced alternators, which are very simple on most vehicles. I've replaced AC compressors. I've done a series of things like that. None of which is extraordinarily difficult. I haven't broken down an engine. Well, I did to some degree because I did replace a head gasket. So that's another thing about the engines I've got, the gasoline engines, is I can do DIY if I had no other choice. And and economic situations change, so it could come a time when I have no other choice. So I just looking out to seeing that Dodge van. That was the one I was looking at. I just like it. I don't know. Maybe it's got that VW, uh, that VW profile, which I sort of like. But I would never get a VW van unless I dropped a big engine in there. What's the usual engine? I can't think of it now. Uh, I don't know why I'm coming blank, but there's an engine you can quite often put in VW vans that makes them, much more powerful than the standard VW engine. Uh, you know, anyway, and that wouldn't have been a practical. That would have been just something I wouldn't mind having. But I did like that Dodge van. There's one. That's a La Quinta Dodge van over there. I'm not sure if you can actually see it past the window here, but a La Quinta Dodge van is all windows, so it's for ferrying I don't know lodgers to some place or another. In any case, I just want to finish this and just do a little bit of a chat on it. I'm in this hotel room, pretty nice place, very inexpensive, and I've got a discount here, so so it's pretty nice, and I'm still doing that cleanup. In fact, I've got another container full of stuff that I'm going to carry to my storage. So I'll have that. So that's and I'm just still, it's really livable as I've shown you before, but I'm still hacking away at it to make it as good as it can get as a place to stay. All right, that's about all I've got. Thought I'd do a quick walk around the hotel and a little wool gathering on why I won't get a Sprinter. And it's not, and please don't hang me high. I wouldn't mind having one. I just don't have the funds for the potential downside of an older Sprinter, and that would be what I could afford, or what I would afford. Not the only thing I could afford, but what I would afford was it'd be a inexpensive Sprinter. And like I said, the economy is now such that I probably could live in my van exclusively without this weekly break going to the hotels, and I could probably do it for $150 a month. That's basic, being very urban, not doing long drives, and that is not including anything like maintenance. So you never know when that's going to cost. In any case, that's all I've got. And it's raining here, and I think it's supposed to be clearer tomorrow, because I've still got running around to do. Still got some work on the van I need done. I have one thing, I need to go get it washed. In any case, I'll talk to you later. You have a wonderful day.